Yes, welcome to the show, guys. This is Everything Female. You're listening to Afrobeats Global, and we're excited to be back here today, guys. So now, basically, Everything Female is a show where we get to talk about ladies, everything happening, everything affecting us, And for this particular show, also we also get to speak with ladies who are doing amazing in different fields. Now we have a lot of ladies who are doing wonderfully well. I mean, we have vibes now. We I feel like ladies, we have so much in us. That we give out to the community, and this is like a safe space for us talk about everything concerning us. And that's why today I have someone amazing in the studio. Like, I'm super excited for this person because not only is she intelligent, she is beautiful. She's such a great actress. She's a model. She's also a content creator. She's a presenter. She's an entrepreneur. You guys name it. I'm like, I need to start the show with someone really amazing, and that's why I had to start with her. But yeah, guys, this show, Everything Female, is proudly sponsored by Declan Wines and Pure Joy House of Drink. You should go get one right now. And do not forget that we're live on Voicetome also. Please do join. If you're already listening, please send the link to your friends and family. Tell them to download the app so that they can enjoy premium content right here. Enjoying this already. All right, guys, so we're going to a short break, and when we come back, we'll definitely be talking to our guests for today. Stay tuned, guys.
Anyone that knows me knows how important my happiness means to me. From engaging in activities that makes me really happy to eating and drinking amazing things. Maybe that's why it was easy for me to spot the Pure Joy House of Drink. At first it looked like it would taste really awkward, well, until I tasted it. Amazing! Now most of you know it as Shower and Shop, but trust me, it is SASOP and has been championed for its wide-ranging health benefits. So not only is this really nutritious, it is very tasty. Grab one today and thank me later.
I feel like you are so lucky because this is one show that you definitely do not want to miss. So yeah, if you have friends and family right now who you feel like should be listening to this, please send them a link or just tell them to download the app so that they can enjoy this particular show. This is Everything Female rather, and I'm your favorite host, Chioma. So like I said earlier, I have someone in the studio who I'm super excited to have. So this is not like a new face here. I don't know this person. We don't do, but just for you guys that probably do not know, we have the one and the only Omobola Val in the studio. Hey, do not think she's so quiet. I don't understand.
Actually, I'm very gentle.
Yes, you are. You are trying to be gentle. You are trying to be. How are you doing now?
I'm very well, thank you.
Is your heart from you? Because at the end. So in case you guys don't even know, we're even going to get there. Val is such a fashionista. Like for me, I think for me, is the way Val combines like her clothes for me. Like it's always so on point. Like today you can see her with this and you're like, oh, so this is like Val's signature look. And then next thing she's switching it up and she's giving you something and they're like, I want to even ask, like, what inspires your dressing? What inspires it?
Okay, so basically I really just go with the flow. I know that I really love to look good.
Yeah.
I really love to look good. Like I love fashion. We just they wait for money.
Money don't come now.
Amen.
Should we let people know? Should we let them know?
Keep it low. Keep it
Okay,
low.
let me reduce my voice. Let me reduce my voice.
So like when the money gone now comes,
okay.
So I love to look good. I love to follow people that look good.
Yeah.
So I just love to look good, and I think that's what inspires me to look good, because I love to look that
good.
part. Yes.
Do you think you just started now, or it's something that has been with you like from when you were small in school, or you just started like learning how to like dress and the rest?
I would say it's been, in fact,
you don't date the body.
It don't date the body, because I mean sometimes I look at my old pictures. Of course, not as like it wasn't as correct. There are some things that I now know that are fashion blunders that I used to feel fly putting on,
Yeah,
when I was younger.
We all have.
Because I see some of my throwback pictures and I'm like, for a year I don't finish in my head.
There was one that I saw one time. I want one flower top. They want check skirt, and in my head I'm like, what was the inspiration behind this clothes?
Funny enough, if we could just rewind and you could play back what was
terrible.
going through your mind,
It was terrible.
you'd at that moment you were probably feeling like the real thing.
Let's
I
not
mean,
even
dress bar.
apart from the dressing, let's even talk about like makeup, like eyebrows. You can't remember all the eyebrows that we used to use then. Oh my god, I used to use black. Jesus, it was terrible.
Mine was even terrible. Like until the moment when I decided to learn it professionally.
Oh, you learned it?
Just for a day. I learned on YouTube, and then because at some point I had to attend interviews and the likes and shows, so I was spending a lot at the makeup studio. So I just had to learn. So at one point I felt I already knew it. So but then I didn't know I used to draw like big brows. Like, so some makeup friends used to call me and say, Val, you look fly, boys. This your brow is big, and then I now started seeing it that it's actually big. So I mean, it got better.
I feel like that's why people always say like it's good to learn all this and like makeup, hair, because from people that even stay abroad, Nigerians are still they've complained of like spending so much on hairstyles and like eyeshadow and the rest. So it makes sense. So for those that do not know who Val is, can you tell us a little bit about Val?
Okay, you've actually said a lot about Val.
No, I talked about the fashion part. Now go into the others that we do not know.
Okay, so I'm a thespian.
Okay.
A thespian means a theatre arts practitioner. Okay. And I studied at the University of Ibadan. I first studied mass communication at the Polytechnic Ibadan, then my BA and MA at the University of Ibadan. And I'm a total performer because I did try for dance. I did try like when I put my mind to it. And then to sing, I did small I did try. Then let's not go there. Then I also act. I love to act. I love to interact with people. I love to present. I love to look good. I just love to have fun, basically. Any other thing you love to know. And then yes, I am an entrepreneur. Like my business is so important. Any money is important.
I say if not because of your name, you're supposed to be wearing like Amaka, like Omobola Amaka Val.
I don't understand. What's the meaning of Amaka? What's the meaning of Amaka?
Chiamaka, that's like God is good. That's also good. Or God is beautiful.
Oh wow.
That's Chiamaka. But like what I'm saying Amaka is because I mean Igbo babes, like Igbo generally like love to like hustle and the rest. Like anything money.
I love to. I like my friends call me a hustler. Like I just love to have my own. Like I love to have. Everybody loves to have money. I don't love to rely on people to survive. So I mean, and I learned a lot growing up. Like I lost my dad at a very young age, and I was born with a silver spoon. But it felt like immediately my dad died, it felt like the whole wealth just drowned, like it was drained and all. So it was a lot. Growing up, I had to hustle. I have a mom who hustles, and I think that's what inspired me to become the hustler that I am. My mom is a hustler. Like anything positive to survive, to see her kids, thrive. She'll do that, and I think that's what inspired me.
Wow, that's super huge, and I think that's really beautiful. But how do you think she feels on like seeing her daughter do so well, like in the movie industry, like with other things that you are doing and you're achieving? How do you think it makes like she feels about it? My mom
is my number one fan. Like my mom, sometimes I relent and she's like, you've not posted. I had a struggle with my social media page, which was one of my major sources of income as an influencer last year. And when I was down, like my mom, the reason I have a huge following on TikTok, I would like the first person I would give the accolades to is my mom. My mom kept saying, why is one platform bringing you down? You are crying. And then she started giving me examples of Funke Akindele. She started giving me examples of actors and performers during their time when there was no social media. She was like, no social media, and they were so popular. If you go to the market and you see them, So she's now like, in this period, do you even have like a variety of platforms? If one platform is doing you shakara, that most of the people in our age group self, they are on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I don't really post on Facebook. So why am I saying Instagram? That God can use any platform. So I feel like she's so proud of me, and she inspires me to, when I relent, like she inspires me a lot to do more. Like
Wow.
she's really a great support system.
God, shout out to your mom. See, I
Shout
feel
out
like,
to mommy.
I think shout out to all mothers also,
Yes.
because I don't know, somehow they're like how would I put it? They inspire like their children. I feel like that's like they always want their children do so well, you know, and so there's like this push. There's always this push for like you know, to what word did I use now? To encourage their children to do good, which is really beautiful. So shout out to all mothers. So you talked about how you love to love to work for yourself, get your own money and the rest. Have you been in a relationship where you were the one, like you were, how would I put it now? You had more money than your partner, and you had to be helping your partner out, and or did that affect your relationship?
So while I was in the university, I was in a relationship. I felt like I had more at a point. So while I was in the university, especially in my 200 level, 300 level, not like, remember I said like when dad died, it felt like, okay, everything went down the drain. But my mom was constantly always in a position. She didn't want us to fill that gap. My mom would do anything so that she doesn't want you to now say, this person's dad, but she would try to. My mom has done a lot, like for someone that, you know, has maybe rode in cars, you know, controlled a lot of staff members and all. So when I was in school, not like I had a lot, but my mom was really taking care of us, and we're comfortable. And I was in a relationship, and although I didn't see it as a big deal, because I like to give. When I like to give. So I was more of the giver in the relationship. And then it was just a student, and even some of my friends felt that was the reason it was with me, and maybe because of academics and all. But the good thing is, at a point he also started, because we studied theater arts and it's a practical department. So sometimes you get jobs like to come and dance. So he used to like dance, I used to act. So it got to a point where there was like a balance. There was a balance where he could, you know, get money, and then he was also trying when he had. So it was not a situation of, you know, when I have, I do, when you have, you do. So I won't say, I remember one of my exes actually. I think it was not even my family. And I think giving, I got inspired to be a giver by my mom. There was a time when we had to leave like our house, like the house that my dad built. We had to leave, and then we went to my mom's father's house. And then my grandfather owns like a big hotel in somewhere around close to the island. So we went there, and my then boyfriend, his father was tired because he's very intelligent, but he didn't get an admission. So later on, he got an admission as a there's something they used to call it, like pre-student. Then when you pass, you now go to 200 level. So his father was willing to pay the school fees, but his father was not. His father said, okay, since you can't get admission with your brain, you want to do preschool, and preschool is always very expensive. Like, I'll pay school fees, but how you will be surviving, how you will be eating, where you will be living, that's your business. My mom actually agreed to house him and our brothers, because remember I said it was like a family house. So they were like, you know, what kind of spoiling is that? So your daughter and her boyfriend in one, you're just spoiling them, blah blah blah. But the funny thing is, it didn't actually even affect our discipline. My mom it's something my mom would have done even to anybody she didn't know. So I felt like that was a point where it felt like I had enough. And then at that point, I just finished Polytechnic. I was working in my grandfather's hotel, so I was helping him out, like when he had to go to school. Remember, his father was not concerned about feeding, any other thing. I was helping out. But you see, the funny thing about life is he's doing well now. We're exes, but we're good friends. And in fact, I can call him now and just say, he likes to say he's my number one fan. I can call him now and say, you know what, I'm broke, and then you probably just
Give
that's
you
just
something.
life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really beautiful. Oh my
Thank
god.
you.
Wow. So now I understand why you said you're a giver, because I mean your mom naturally is someone that
Yes,
loves to help
yes.
people, give people, and the rest.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you had to leave your house, your father's house at one point, and you moved out to a family house. Why did you guys leave your father's house at that point?
It's a very, very long story.
Just give us like little.
But it's an emotional story. But I always tell my mom that I'm going to write a film about our family, like, and how God has helped us and how God is doing great, seeing where we are. We're not where we want to be yet, but like a lot better, like a lot further than where we used to be.
Yeah.
So my dad was a Muslim. He was an allergy, and his family had an issue with the fact that my mom was a Christian. So they didn't really like her. But he didn't have a problem. And then they now had a greater problem when he didn't have a problem with choosing what religion the children should practice. So my dad would just ask that, what do you want to do? And then I even started learning Kewu, is what Islamic students learn. And my dad said, do you want to go to the mosque? I said they should come and be teaching me at home. But then the guy that used to teach me then, he came in. I told him I was in the room. I was still young, but I told him I was in the room and I was naked. Then he walked into my room and he saw my nakedness.
Wow.
I told my dad, and I'm the only girl. My dad was pissed. So it stopped him. So I started going to church. And so when the whole family knew that, okay, it feels like all the children are going to church, it made them dislike my mom a lot more. So when he died, he had an accident. So when he died, it was like they were really cruel with my mom. Like they really, so my mom was, it felt like battles here and there. But then I as at that time I was really young. I didn't believe in battles until it felt like people were trying to break into our house. So we have this wired, what do they call it? This security wires.
Yeah.
And so people were trying to break in. They could not because of the wire.
Yeah.
So they were now like breaking the fence. They were creating a hole. So every night we don't sleep. Midnight, these people will come and start breaking. So a night at a particular day, we noticed that if these people come this night, by the time they break, they'll be able to create that hole in such a way that somebody can
to enter.
And for people to be doing this consistently, we complained to the ballet and all, and nothing was done. For people to be doing this consistently, it meant that they wanted to come and harm us.
Yeah.
So immediately we noticed that this night, once these people break again, they can enter. We had to leave. Like we had to leave, and at first we started sleeping in my mom's shop. Like she had a shop. We had to sleep there because my mom was like, me, life first and all. So, but because our dad was okay. He was a rich man while he was alive. And then she had siblings and, the hotel and all. So they had to say, no, you can't be sleeping in the shop. At least for now. Let's just get, a space. Let's just come to the house. Then you know how to sort this thing if you want to rent the house out and all of that. So that's what really happened.
Wow, that's like a whole lot. Oh my God. Valo, you're strong, Because it feels like, and that's the funny thing. Funny thing is, when you see people like doing well, like trying to be happy, like you don't understand what they've gone through or what like has happened until you get to like hear their story. Do you get? Oh my God, and Momsi is so strong too. Shout out to her also.
Thank you so much.
I think we should even just like get off this mood because oh my God, maybe we should just switch to something else, or maybe we should go listen to like a music. And when
all right, let's do this. Okay. Let's go and vibe.
We'll go on a music break, guys. When we come back, it'll be fun all the way. We're still chilling with the one and only Omobola Val.
Yes,
Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back, guys. You are still listening to Afrobeats Global. Yes, for those watching, this is Afrobeats Global. And do not forget that we are live on Voicetome also, you guys. Hope you're having such a wonderful, wonderful time. I know you are now. This is Everything Female, where we bring to you everything trending, everything concerning women, right? We bring them from everywhere, just talk about like themselves, everything that has been happening with them. And apart from that also, guys, we just basically talk about things bothering us as women. This is like a safe space for us to talk. And with me in the studio is the one and only Omobola Val, the only vibe queen. Yeah, she's still with us right here in the studio. We've had like a whole lot, to talk about, and of course we are eating our snack because we are like, if we are eating or not, if we're talking or not eating, how are we going to, make the ministry move forward? Yeah, do not forget that this show is sponsored by Pure Joy drink and Declan wines also. All right, guys, so we'll just like go straight into it. So Valo of God. So before we went on break, talked about like your family and all, but I just want to ask the last question concerning that. Do you think you'd ever get married to a Muslim?
So I know that my answer might sound long, but I just need to give a basis. Okay. So I've noticed from most of the experiences, not so good experiences I've heard.
So it's not just because you have a problem with
I have some of my best friends are actually Muslims. Like I have friends that are Muslims and they are so amazing. Yeah. So amazing.
That makes sense. That makes total sense. I don't know if I'll be able to. Okay. I think for me, right, I don't think I would. Not because of like the religion per se. Wow.
But actually, even beyond the religion, it's good so that like the home is not divided, and then you both believe in the same thing.
Not because
so
of religion. I think because of family
easier.
And the rest. Yeah. And if I'm not going to lie to myself, maybe a little bit about religion. But anyways, guys, we're moving forward. Got a badass content creator. Hey, God. Have you guys watched Val's monologue? If you've not, I don't know what people are doing if you've not watched it. I think for me, it's how you do it effortlessly. Did you have to learn acting, or it's something that you think it's something that just came, like something that is natural for you, or did you have to learn it?
So I used to act since I was in secondary school. I only had to stop for a bit when I had to write my WAEC. And my mom was like, you have to focus at least after WAEC, then you go back into it. But then I knew it was something I loved. So that's why I wanted to study theatre arts. Yeah. And then I majored in acting and speech. Yeah. So I had to like hone the skill professionally because I knew I wanted to practice beyond just play. I wanted to like use it to live like as a profession. Yeah. So yes, I had to like, my master's is in theatre arts, my BA is in theatre arts, and in my BA I specialized in acting and speech.
Oh wow. So how's the journey been for you now? Because I know that you have acted with like a whole lot of people.
We're still but, just like we're not there yet.
But you're growing, like, definitely.
Yes, we're growing.
So how has it been like working with people in the industry? Like how has it been like, chilling with like other colleagues of yours that are like doing pretty well in the industry also?
It's been amazing. It's been humbling. Like I've been able to mix with some people, learn from some people, and meet with interesting people and gain more knowledge. I like to learn from, especially when I meet people that I really look up to. My acting lecturer used to say that if you want to be an excellent actor, you also have to be you also have to be a lover of good films. You have to look up to people, see acting. So I used to look up to some people, and then if I am fortunate to meet some of these people, whenever I am always like eager to learn a few things, interact with them. So it's been fun, and I mean, it's been an amazing experience.
Wow, that's super amazing. Okay, so before we started seeing like most of your movies, you were with a twin of yours, twin in quote because you guys are not really twins, right?
Yes.
But you were with her. You guys had like would I say is that comedy? No, but like you had like stuff that you do online. That's comedy. That's comedy where you guys speak Yoruba. Yes, exactly. So how did you guys meet? And how would I put it now? How did you guys decide to do stuff like that? Like, how did it click for you guys? How did it click for you guys? I think that's the question.
Okay, so funny enough, while I was in school, the only people that get to think that I am not gentle are the people I feel very free with, honestly. In school, people used to, like, I used to be very gentle. Like, I used to keep to myself. And that's why when people see me on stage, they are like, how come? How is this transition? So I feel like this brand, the one with the twin, also like helped me be more like out there, to come out of my shell the more. because we're doing a lot of crazy things, like funny things, stupid things I wouldn't ordinarily not do, wear stupid costumes, but it was paying the bills and it was really, getting people to respect us and all of that. So how we started basically was we studied in the same school, University of Ibadan, and funny enough, we're just like friends from afar. But we used to call the same departments, but we used to call each other my tweenie, because we are both lekpa, like we're both slim. Like if you see us, we have the same stature. I'm just taller. So after school, I was working as a special project executive with a film and theater firm. And one day my boss just I think she saw a content of mine, my performance in school. I think they uploaded it on our platform, and she was like, Bolanle, you act. Why? So she was like, okay, you need to get on one of our stage plays. And it was a big stage play. So when I was acting on stage, there was a guest, and he was really wowed by the performance. And after the performance, he came to meet me backstage. He was like, you act so well. And I wrote a script for like twins. And you just gave me an inspiration, because I also have like somebody that interned with me. She's also a very good actress, and she's just like you. She's slim like you, and the way you were acting, giving me that vibe, that's the way she would give that vibe. And I have a twin story. Can we just make this work? And I'm like, I'll be so glad, of course. And then we got on set. We came to test our costumes and all. Then we now saw each other and we're like, she's like, you. I'm like, we know each other. And the guy was like, you guys even know each other. Great. We're getting along. So while we were on that set, we had people like Jude Aurora and some other notable people. So when we're not filming, we're at the hotel. So that day, they all went out. They said we're not filming that day. But we had a lot of scenes because the series was around the twins and the family. So that day, we're bored. We're just gisting. That's how we now said, you know what? This the way they used to advertise movies before, that's not the way they used to advertise. And then we just started making jest of how they used to, Yoruba adverts, Cinderella, Shetty was Cinderella, grab your copy now. And we're like, okay, let's do something on it. Let's even record ourselves. And we're like, no, let's not mimic. So there was this popular marketer, Bayowa, and then there is Olasco. So we're just like, let's not drag anybody's name into it. Let's twist it, like, at least. So we just played around it, and then we advertised pants, like strange pants. That was what the meaning was in Yoruba. Pata ojiji. We were like, but ewa wo cinema tutun agbelewo pata ojiji la pe. Cinema tutun re o pata ojiji. So like, it was really funny to be advertising strange pants. Yeah. And we were just saying it, having fun, just two of us. So we went to show the caterer, and she was laughing. We're looking at each other, that was making people laugh. So when people got back, Jude was our dad in the movie. Uncle Jude was our dad in the movie. So we showed him. It was like, he laughed. It was like, you guys should post this. She didn't have a problem because she's a loud person. Like, she's more outspoken.
Social media person.
Yes. So me, I said, I cannot post this, advertising pants. See the way we look on my page. Me that I like touche, all those kind of. So no, it was like, this is too funny. So we posted it, Cracks picked it up,
wow.
Funny African pics,
wow.
Your Ninja, Basket Mouth reached out, like a lot of brands, and Kunle Afolanyo, like brands that people
wow.
will look up to. They reached out to us, and we got our first advert through
wow.
It was like, can you use this style to advertise our show? Your Ninja Entertainment. There was one comedy show that was coming up. Can you use that to advertise my show? And then we were like, okay. So we now sat down, we're like, okay, we'll just use this our side, but put their information. And from there, people just started booking. Our videos were going viral. So like, it just started, and we lost out because we were not prepared. It wasn't it wasn't a planned thing. So we probably should be billionaires now.
I
but
tell you.
What they were, most of those people, when they even give us money, we're like, hey, celebrity told us to do video, and they're even giving us money. Hey, Okpeo. But we didn't know. It was later on we realized that so people charge
for stuff like
this, and not just small money. So that's the way the whole thing started.
Wow. But I think for me, maybe I don't really, how would I put it? Maybe I don't really feel it, because most times you guys speak Yoruba.
Yeah.
Because I've watched videos online. I think for me, what gets me anytime I watch videos both videos of like both of you is how you guys say it together. I watched the video. I think it was an interview where they told you guys to do it, and then you would say yours, she say hers. Then you ended with like, grab your coffee now. Like it was totally funny, but because I didn't understand like Yoruba, like it was hard for me to really
we had to start doing, because we now started getting. So the good thing about the brand, it would have been sustained for a long, but that's a story for another day. So at a point we had to start advertising for brands that are not Yoruba. We advertised for Mayokun. We advertised Body. That's Namoni be Bobo Boni be fine Bobo. We advertised for people like that, and then it got to a point that we had to know that okay, if we're advertising for this kind of brand, they don't have like a Yoruba audience. We had to start doing like Igbo. So we used to play with accents. Sometimes we can do adverts and use Indian accents. We can do like different accents. For basket mouth, we had to do like Igbo accents and all of that. So we had to start because people loved it. You know, we'll see comments like, God, I love these girls, even though I know one word. So we now started, being conscious of it. But he always sounded different, more original in Yoruba because, I mean, there was a style that our movies used to be advertised in. Yoruba movies used to be advertised in back in the days, and it was always interesting. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you talked about the brand. I feel like you guys didn't even know that you were going to be popular, like popular as big as that. Yes. And so when that came, like it was, you guys didn't sustain it enough because you didn't have like a plan for it, right? But like, what's happening with it right now?
Okay, so right now we're not. We have personal lives. So this is the funny thing. The funny thing is every interview that we went for, they always asked us that, hope it's not that tomorrow now we hear that you people scatter. And I, like, even on BBC, like, we told, because she was really specific about that, and we said something that's, even if it's going to happen, because at that time, I think when we did BBC's interview, P Squared split was reigning, and we're like, if two people born out of the same mother can split, anything can happen. But that the good thing is going to be that wherever we're two talented people. I mean, I've been doing my acting thing even before Oshisko. She's more of events planning and all of that. So we always said that the good thing is everybody is doing great stuff, amazingly well. Like, you don't use your own spoil. So it just got to a point, it felt like personal projects, personal interest was infiltrating into the brand's interest. And if you want to be relevant online, you have to be consistent. Consistency matters. So we were missing a lot of gigs at some point. At some point I was the one doing my masters, so we could not meet up with some gigs, and then she also went for her masters later on, and then we could not meet up with some gigs, and we were missing a lot. And at some point she now got like maybe a full-time job, and our job is even got to a point where producers would make jest of us and say, because when you're doing like a full-time job and maybe they gave you just 2 days off, and you can never predict a movie set. They can tell you you'll be on set for 2 days, and it can be like 4 days because the biggest stars do not arrive on time, or anything can happen. So then when you now have to leave and you're on the project, you want to it will now feel like you want to use your own to spoil the project. Maybe there's a story it's supposed to be consistent, and then so we had an issue like that. And I remember then, God rest the soul of Jen, what's his name? Dejotun Fulu. Okay. And Akunle Afford, they were on the project. Uncle Kunle was the producer, and then she had to meet. She told them took 2 days off, and then the next day she had to be in Lagos. We're filming in Oshogbo, so she had to say they are calling, like she has to be at the office tomorrow, no matter what will happen. And everybody was like, who is a thespian that takes on a full-time job? Then you people are not really serious, because next time they will just say, okay, these girls are talented, let's call them. That's when we'll call them and they'll be busy. So you will, in fact, God saved me that night. It's a whole long story. We had to leave. People were even like, you should have stayed back since you were not doing rushing. Anything. We finished in Oshogbo. We finished that day. They had to write us out. Wow. In fact, that movie is the movie that made them know me on my streets. Because one day I was just come back, they were like, Sarah, are you serious? But my mom was really angry, because my mom was like, you people even had to cut, because at the point they had to make it feel like something happened to us and the driver chased us down from the bus. But that's not the real storyline, because they had to find a way to remove us. So imagine we even finished the whole film. They were like, you people, they should have not told you people to calm down and all. So I mean, at that time we finished around maybe past 9 or 9:30. We had to leave Oshogbo. I had to get to Ibadan. She had to go to Lagos. I think she got to Lagos maybe 2:30 or 3 a.m.
Wow.
And
what was the name of the movie?
Jide Jendo.
Okay.
Jide Jendo. So I mean, I had to get, and I had an issue with the bike man, a Hausa man that almost took my life that night.
Wow.
Because it was midnight and I used to stay with my lecturer and his wife. So they even had to come out. That's how God saved my life. I believe that when I get married, even I don't want to be fat. I just want to add small flesh. And I believe that when I get married, when I'm married, yeah. So I'll probably add up. And if I don't, I think body shaming, now into the next question, I think body shaming made me quite defensive, because I was body shamed. Like it got to a point where maybe when I am walking, even if that's not what they're saying, I believe that people are talking about me.
Yeah.
And they're like, this girl, God, she doesn't eat, she doesn't. So I hear the voices in my head. But like now I try to keep a check, because most times I've realized when one day I looked at somebody with a very bad eye, like bad attitude, and I realized they were admiring my stature, not making jest of it. Wow. And I had to like apologize. So I have even realized that people spend money to be slim. I didn't create myself, and I also feel like it's a good thing, because I see people that are very old, that they have a small stature. I mean, my age and my body, they don't sync somehow, but I love it, because when I'm going to be 90, I'm going to be so
60,
small.
50,
yes,
I swear.
So I really think that it has made me defensive, and I don't just, when people say, why don't you? Before I don't wear short skirts, I don't wear this, but once in a while now, when I want to wear it, nobody can tell me. Like, you can't, the face where I go even use look, I've grown so defensive that I like me for me. And then if you see me as a partner, if you see me, I feel that if you're approaching me, you don't see me.
You don't know me.
No, can't they date me? Can't they tell me, say, when you're asking me out and every time you're talking, but you don't eat, you are so skinny, more block any. It's true. Don't stress my life. I didn't create myself. So, like, I've come to love my body, because people are spending a lot to achieve or to be like me. So, and I've also had a lot of positive comments about people saying, I like your stature, oh my God, do you eat? I want to be like, so it's both ways. It's both ways. Okay. Sometimes I even tell people that I want to add weight, I want to have like thick thighs and all of that, and then some people will be like, you're fine like this, so don't even. So it's just, I just know that whatever you want to do it because you want to do it, not because people are talking, because you never satisfy them.
Exactly. So, like, this is the last question, right? Because I know for sure the reason why I raised it is because I know that there are a lot of ladies who are not really comfortable, with their bodies, because they know for sure that somehow there's like a perfect, like, how would I put a picture of a perfect body somewhere, like placed somewhere, and that's what like people are following. Like, what's your advice for people? And I'm not even talking about like the adult, I'm talking about like the young ones that I mean are still growing, but somehow like it's already in their heads, like, how would I put it, to have like that kind of shape. And if they do not how would I put it, if they do not have it, it's like they already feel bad, right? What's your advice for them? How do you think they can move past that kind of mentality and just be themselves and love themselves? And what's your advice for young people who are hustling and trying to make it work, especially in the movie industry? What's your advice for them also?
Okay, first off, I always try to say, make yourself happy. Like, put yourself first. So if you're being body shamed, you need to love yourself. Trust me. When you love yourself, you would reach a point, and I fear, what I fear the most about BBL and the likes, because we see when Bum is busting and all of that. So the after effect is what I fear. Like, I've heard of people who went to do things like that and then they died in the process. Like, you cut your life short because of things like that. But I don't know. The repercussion is what I fear.
Yeah.
I would tell people when I want to rock, maybe I'm going for a wedding ceremony or something, and then I have a dress and I want to look really shapy in it. They are butt pads.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a designer that all our dresses come with butt pads. CEO Lumini.
Yeah.
I think most of our dresses come. I would rather do that.
Yeah.
And you can't shame me and say, you don't have butts like this
understand.
now. It's how I want to look that way. And at the moment when I want to do without the butt pads, when you see me not here. This is how I look.
Yeah.
So I feel like learn to love yourself. Don't ever do things for people. I've heard people go and do BBL because of man. What's the chance that the man will marry you? Or because of people, they will still talk. There's so many people with butts now that people are still body shaming that how is this? How is it not? Or they are saying the shape is.
Yes.
You can never satisfy people. So just love yourself. Like the truth about the matter is some people will love you for how you are. And then to anybody hustling, it's not easy. And especially if you're in a country like Nigeria. Nigeria kills dreams. It makes a hardworking person look really lazy. Like Nigeria has a way of making you as a hardworking person look really lazy. Some people should not be where they are because of how hard they work. They should have a lot of things because of how hard they work. But Nigeria doesn't really reward people. Like Nigeria has, you see graduates who have like maybe a first class degree as conductors and drivers and all of that. But there's always a push. There's always a reason you're striving. Like there's always a reason you've told yourself, I must be great. There's so many people like, I can't wait to do this for this person. I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. I don't want my family. Like there's so many reasons. So each time you get tired, like remind yourself of the reasons why you decided not to stay low in the first place. So I mean, when you remember that, and like honestly, the first plug is God. Like God makes everything easy. His grace is really, really important. So put God first. Do not give up. Love yourself and just keep pushing, because you never know, your next push might just be the hit.
I tell you. Oh my God, I had a wonderful motivation. Oh my God, I had a wonderful time with you, Val. I did have I had a wonderful time here on the show.
I had an amazing time, and I mean this drink, this
no,
I had an amazing time.
I'm glad you did. Oh my God, if you did not listen to this, do not worry, because we'll be having like the visuals on YouTube where you can go out to check it. And if you also would love to listen to this, also you could go on Voicetome. We have like the recorded version for you. Listen to it, send to your friends and family, just to and then if you really want to know about Omobola Val, you know one or two about her, go there, and enjoy your time. Do not forget that you are listening to Afrobeats Global, and this is Everything Female, where we get to bring to you everything concerning women. We talk about everything concerning us. My name is Choma Eze, and I had a wonderful time on the show. Do not forget that you can catch us right here on the show every Wednesday. This happened on Friday for a reason, but it's definitely on Wednesdays. Until next time, guys, please do stay safe and be happy, and please always love yourself no matter what.
Very important.
Yes. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Bye, guys.